why is it sometimes like looking someone in the eye for an extended period of time, longer than like 5 seconds, is more intimate to me than actually touching the person sometimes? Like, it's true when they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, because it's just so much more intimate, I feel, than actually just like hugging a person. Because your eyes, they reveal so much about your emotions and what you're thinking in some sense. Like, if you're really in tune to that person, if you really look at them, not through them, it's just you start to pick up on things, even the body language, even how they present themselves. It's just a lot more intimate. And I feel like right after the big C19, I started to like get anxious just looking people in like, I don't know if it's just a city thing, but like, when we pass someone, on the sidewalk, we don't look them in the eye, right? Like, rightly so, because sometimes there's a bunch of crazies. Okay, I get it. When you live in the city, you kind of in tune to like walk, like you have to go somewhere, like you need to be somewhere. You just walk straight ahead, like, because you don't want to be approached, for one thing, because there's flyers and whatnot. Number two, there's a lot of crack addicts there. And you don't want to be approached. And there's, okay, a lot of violent crime now because everyone's unstable. And yeah, so of course, like, protective measures, people are having their blockers on. But like, in a safe setting, like in a networking event, or like in a party, we tend to not look people in the eye for extended long periods of time. We're looking at crazy. Oh, yeah. When we do, we're kind of like deemed crazy, or like something weird about you, because like, why the heck are you looking at me? Look at the floor. But I don't know. It's just right after like online schooling and everything. It's just when you actually socialize, not in online, but in public, and just like look people in the eye. It's so intimate. I'm like, I'm not gonna break eye contact because this is like a dominance thing. It's like, I need to look at you. So stupid. But at the same time, you're like, what if this person thinks like I'm like threatening, and like ends up like, because that has happened before. Someone's just looked at like a mentally ill person in public, and then they end up like. So I don't know. We're dancing between the lines here. Like, you want to look at people in the eye just to like, see who is passing by you. But at the same time, you don't want to attract crazies and be deemed as a threat, because then, yeah. So you just have to get a vibe of people, because sometimes there's they can get the wrong impression. I don't know. What does my eyes tell you now? It's just so intimate. I just can't get over the fact how intimate it is. Like, I remember there was this artist that I don't know what it was. There's a lot of controversy from this artist, but she asked like a bunch of people to hold her hand, look in her eyes. That was the art installation. That was the art. And like, one time, oh wait, there's one candidate, or one instance where her boyfriend, who was dying, came and hold her hand, and they looked at each other. And when you do it with someone that you care for, that you love, I really do believe like it's like the windows to the soul in a sense. Because we know this body of ours, yes, we take care of it. Yes, it's how we're perceived. Not to get too woo, but how we're perceived in this 3D. But what really matters is like the soul, and everything apart from that is just a replacement from the fulfillment that you get from the soul. And so a lot of people like move away from, oh, where did this come from? Religion? Or like their beliefs or spirituality to fulfill in another way, like consumerism, vices, something that cannot be replaced, which is fulfillment in the soul. And you see the soul through the eyes. You see, there's studies done. Don't ask me to reference because I do not know them at the top of my head, but there's instances where people can detect like emotions, and people can detect like which one's like psycho with the eyes. Like you can tell through the eyes if there's something kind of off with that person, something kind of when they say like there's still light in your eyes, like you can still see the hope in your eyes, especially when you're like in your early 20s, or like you can still see that there's still a little bit of light, like you're not too jaded and you can see it through their eyes. That's why like I truly believe how important it is to have eye contact, and it's just so attractive when people meet that eye contact, reciprocate it. No matter how intimidating it is, like when I look at an attractive person, I am intimidated to look them in the eye, but we got our face our fear somehow, because it's really important to keep eye contact. Not just for confidence sake, not just for keeping an appearance of being confident, but also for that human connection, which we are all deprived of, in a sense. Especially men. Men, you guys, like, don't know how to open up emotionally to your guy friends, huh? A lot of you. It's just so funny, because for women, it's, like, easy because, we're closer. I feel women have a closer emotional relationship, friendship, compared to men in a lot of ways. So I feel that's the reason why there's a male loneliness epidemic, but not a woman, because we have our friends. Community is a big thing for women, and we kind of cultivate that. So I think I missed the plot here in terms of eye contact. But what I'm trying to say, be aware if you're kind of shifty eyes, because that says the message entirely. Having a shifty eyes, looking somewhere else. But when you actually look at the person, it's like you're seeing through them, not seeing them, not through them, like seeing them. And that is just so intimate. Anyways, I have to go study.